And welcome back. On this week's edition of the Hank Irwin Show, we're down here in Orlando at the National CareNet Conference, and one of the guest speakers is this dear lady right here. This is Abby Johnson from Austin, Texas, and she has a book out I think everybody ought to read. It's called Unplanned, and I like the title, but a lot of people might say, what's it about? And when folks, you hear her story, you'll understand why you need to run to the bookstore and get it. Abby, I'm proud of you. Tell me about the book Unplanned.
Well, it was a book I wrote after leaving Planned Parenthood. I worked at Planned Parenthood for 8 years. I was a clinic director there for the fourth largest affiliate in the United States. And I left after watching an ultrasound-guided abortion take place on a 13-week baby in the womb. And I saw that baby struggle and fight for his life during the abortion and ultimately lose the battle to abortion. And I left Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood took me to court. We won. And it's all played out like a good John Grisham novel in the book Unplanned. And it talks about the agenda of Planned Parenthood. It talks about how I got roped into Planned Parenthood, the talking points, talks about those and breaks them all down. And so I think, people seem to really enjoy it. And I think pro-lifers, we need to be educated on Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is our enemy. And they are a competitor, and we need to know the ins and outs. We need to know their business model and their secrets, and that's one of the things that Unplanned is providing people with.
Well, you mentioned secrets. What are the secrets?
Well, there's so many, and I didn't even share them all in the book. Unplanned is not an expose, but it talks about a lot of the things that Planned Parenthood is telling women. Telling women that their baby won't feel anything during the abortion procedure. Telling women that abortion is normal and it's not going to hurt them. And we know that all of those things are not true. And what I saw clearly on the ultrasound screen was that that baby did feel what was taking place to him in the womb, and that baby was fighting for his life. And there are so many things that Planned Parenthood tells women that are just not true.
So where do we stand in the debate with Planned Parenthood? It seems like America has swallowed Planned Parenthood's line, hook, line, and sinker. You're trying to give the other side of the story. What are we up against?
I think that the future is pretty favorable. I go to the March for Life every year, and I look out at the crowd and I see just thousands. Probably 60–70% of the crowd are youth, people under 30, and it's so hopeful. It's really encouraging, and even the president of the National Abortion Federation said she was nervous. She said, where are all of the pro-choice youth? Well, they're not around because, God tells us that life is sacred. Science tells us that life begins at conception. Technology tells us that life is in the womb. Everything is now matching up. And so it's undeniable that life is precious, life is valuable, that life begins at conception, that there is life in the womb. And so I think that, the youth are coming around to that. My 4-year-old daughter can look at an ultrasound and say, look, Mommy, there's a baby. It just makes sense. And so it's becoming harder and harder for people to defend the pro-choice position and to defend abortion. And I think that, I believe in my heart that we will win this battle.